to the channel. First off, happy motherfucking New Year! Oh my god, it is already at the end of January and I'm filming my first video of the year. Honestly, I feel like my new year is not actually gonna start until February. Just to kind of catch you up on some things, I did end up getting COVID, but I was not sick. So around right before Christmas Eve, my daughter went on school break. Okay, great. So I was anticipating to have about a week off with her, but then there was a COVID outbreak in her school. They ended up closing before Christmas Eve, closing earlier than what they were supposed to, and opening up way later. Now, before they actually opened up, you needed to provide a PCR test showing that your child was negative in their result. But when we did that, my daughter ended up being positive. And first off, to get a test done these days was so crazy. The lines were insane. It was just so much of a headache, honestly. But anyways, both of us tested positive for COVID and she ended up having to stay home from school another week. So it was almost over 3 weeks to almost a month just being with my daughter, which I absolutely bonded with her so much over these past few weeks. But at the same time, I was literally going crazy. We were stuck in the house, we were quarantining. It's just me and a 4-year-old, and it's just a lot of craziness in the house. And honestly, I didn't do anything. I wasn't really able to make any content. Those 4 weeks were literally insane. All my time was spent with my daughter. I was gonna vlog a lot of things, and I tried to do Vlogmas, but eventually life is just too hectic and there was only so much I can get done. So anyways, I just decided to take some time off. I also didn't know what I wanted to film. I just kind of feel a little bit lost. The whole point is, Happy New Year, I am back. I was about to go off on a tangent and give you guys a life update, but I'll probably save that for another video. Long story short, also another change that happened during Christmas break and this whole time that I haven't been posting is I am no longer single. I don't know if any of you guys have seen my previous videos where I said I met with someone from the past and that I might have been falling in love again. Well, we actually made it official, and yeah, so I am not single after 2 years of being single, fully loving myself, going through periods where I was completely celibate, and here I am back in a relationship. I don't know if I'm going to do relationship videos. I don't know if I'm going to introduce them to the channel just yet. I'm kind of trying to keep things more on the private side for the time being, but I'm very, very happy in that regard. So lots of life changes going on. But for the most part, the purpose of today's video is a 6-month post tummy tuck and Brazilian butt lift update. So this is actually a little bit overdue because my surgery was June 22nd. So July, August, September, October, November, December, we're almost on the 7-month mark actually. So I'm just gonna title it 6 months because that's a huge milestone. But technically it's in the 7th month mark. So I just wanted to kind of give a little update in terms of how I'm feeling, what I've noticed, things like that. And then I also did purchase a FAJA from Amazon. And let me get my phone. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I'm looking and all of that stuff, but for now I just wanted to talk a little bit. So I did full abdominoplasty, hip to hip. It was an extended tummy tuck. They literally cut me from one side to the other, diagonally, horizontally. And I also did Brazilian butt lift around 2, where they actually took some fat out of some areas and put it into some areas. So it wasn't a full, it was a round 2, but it was more rearranging the fat from my round 1. I didn't go with the mindset of necessarily making it bigger. In terms of what I'm still feeling, for the Brazilian butt lift, honestly, I think I went through that stage where it fluffs. Because in the beginning, your butt is really, really swollen, and then as the swelling starts to diminish, your butt will get smaller, and then it will fluff out and go through the fluffing stage, and then it would actually get softer, bigger, fluffier, hence it's called the fluffing stage. So I think I completely experienced the fluffing stage already because my butt is super, super jiggly, super soft, and I do personally feel like it got bigger, even though I was heavy on a workout journey right before Christmas break and all that time off where I got stuck, just couldn't work, couldn't do anything, quarantining, all that crap. It has definitely gotten bigger despite me working out. Now, I was working out really, really consistently up until the Christmas break, and then now I've been slacking a little bit because I couldn't go to the gym. I was doing home workouts, but it's honestly just not the same. So I actually feel like I may have gained a little bit of weight. So that's what I kind of want to talk about. So in terms of like my actual butt, very, very soft. Very jiggly, and to me it definitely got bigger, and I'm always getting comments from people that I know that say it's much bigger, and like my butt is pretty massive. The other day I did butt cupping. I went to Butt Cupping in Queens, that's the name of the company, and they invited me there to do wooden therapy treatment to help reduce cellulite and improve your circulation, and I chose to do that on the back of my thighs. And then they also did butt cupping, which is like 2 vacuums that suck in your booty cheeks. So I will show you guys some of what that experience had looked like, and you can kind of see how soft and jiggly my butt is. But even there, like I had to wear a bikini, and when the lady came out, she was like, whoa, like it's big. Okay, so that's in terms of the butt. What I will say is like jumping is still a little uncomfortable. If I was to try to run on the treadmill, like I can feel how massive the butt is. Like I can feel the wiggle, I can feel the weight. And it honestly is slightly uncomfortable because as you're running, you want to be like in the zone, but all I can focus on is what I'm feeling back there. I remember feeling that the first round, and it took a long time to finally not feel like it's not pain in the jiggle, but you can feel the jiggle. Like it's so hard to explain, but right now it's still in a slightly uncomfortable jiggling stage, and I'm hoping that at least by like the first year it will be done. So I'm hoping like another 4 or 5 months and it will be completely regular again, because I like doing like jumping exercises. I like trying to run on the treadmill, at least like for really high intensity, and then I walk for like a minute and then I go back to high intensity and you alternate. So stuff like that I can't necessarily do right now because of the butt. I can still see my scarring on my lower butt cheeks. I think those are honestly permanent, but what I will say is from the first BBL, it definitely diminishes over the years, but it takes so long. But for now, basically, my scars are visible. If you get a BBL, you're gonna have scars that are visible, especially when you do multiple rounds, because obviously they try to use the same holes and those scars kind of just get bigger. But it's nothing that like bothers me to the point where it makes me regret the BBL, honestly. Now in terms of the tummy tuck, my skin feels super, super, super tight. And it like, I am not gonna lie, I haven't been wearing the FAJA as much as I should be. That's why I bought some new ones now, because the 2 that I had, they just weren't working for me anymore. And I felt like I needed a change. So FAJAs are expensive and it's not something I'm wearing all the time, but I think like I still notice some swelling right now, especially if I do too much throughout the day, if I do a lot of heavy lifting. The swelling comes and goes. It's nothing like in the beginning, but I still do get swelling. I can feel when I'm getting swollen. The skin itself feels very like tight and tense and numb. But at times, like I can feel slight itching, like I can feel that it's still healing on the inside. When I wear the FAJA is when I feel the most comfortable, and for like 2 weeks I haven't worn it at all, and I honestly feel like I'm very swollen. I honestly feel like my skin is very irritated and it's like begging for that compression. So while the FAJA is not 100% necessary, I feel like I still can benefit from it, especially in terms of shaping everything. Now, one thing I will say about a tummy tuck is you're gonna have paranoia. I don't know if this is just me, but you're gonna have paranoia every time you pass by a mirror, every time you're sitting, every time you're wearing certain clothes. You're gonna still have that paranoia that the belly fat that you once had or the excess skin that you once had is still there. So I'm always like feeling my stomach. I'm always like checking how I look in the mirror, because like mentally it's still there, but physically it's not. So it's just like a really like weird feeling. But even though I know it's not, now I still look at my current stomach in its actual state, and I'm always like, oh my God, am I gaining weight? Oh my God, am I getting bigger? Oh my God, is this swelling or is this fat? I notice when I'm bloated, I can feel that my stomach feels a lot bigger, and I'm always like so paranoid, like, oh my God, I'm getting fat again. Oh my God, this is happening again. And like, it's important to take that with a grain of salt. Like, your brain is just wired to think that something that used to be there for so long is just still there, but it's not. But on top of that, if you do feel like you're gaining weight and you do feel like there's bloating or there's some clothes are fitting a little tighter, like I know I definitely gained weight. So just because you had a tummy tuck, don't think that those changes are permanent. It's still up to you to change your lifestyle drastically. I know that I've been drinking too much soda. Since I had this break with my daughter and I stopped going to the gym, I know I've been eating like crap. I know I've been drinking a lot of soda, and I don't really munch out, but I love bread, I love rice. I don't really like sweets and chips and stuff like that, but bread and rice, like two enemies, I absolutely love and I eat too much of. So it's really important to look at your tummy tuck as a new lifestyle change. And the minute I started falling into old bad habits, which is what happened on this break, I can feel myself getting bigger. Like, there's the paranoia about getting bigger or thinking your stomach is still there when it's not. And then there's the actually getting bigger. Like, I can actually see that even though my stomach is flat, I'm gaining weight, and I know why. So it's important to just take your health seriously, take your diet and your exercise routine very seriously, and do your best to stay as consistent as possible. So this coming week, we're back to our routine. I'm going to be going to the gym early mornings, cleaning up my diet again, completely stopping the intake of soda, because I think that's probably what hurt me the most, as well as over Christmas and New Year's, like I started drinking heavily. And I think all of those things combined made me start to feel like I was gaining weight again. I'm still completely happy with how I look, but I want to keep it this way, you know? So another thing I will say is the scar. I feel like the scar almost looks darker now than when it did before, even the scarring around my belly button. So I did a lot of research, and it actually says that the scar does kind of look a little worse and get a little darker before it gets better. So I'm trying not to be too paranoid about that. I will show you guys what my scar is looking like. I actually took some footage when I was in the butt cupping place, and I showed you guys exactly what my side profile was looking like, and as well as the front, and you can see the scar. So when I hit the 1 year mark, I'm going to tattoo over the scar. There's also scar revision treatments and therapies that I was being recommended by other girls, but I don't know if I'm gonna go that route. I really feel like I can just get a tattoo and just cover it up. I would actually prefer that because I want to get tattooed anyway, so it's just gonna be like 2 birds, 1 stone. But in terms of like the butt cupping place, that place was super, super awesome. But the main thing, like, I think butt cupping itself is not necessarily like long-term BBL. Like, it's not gonna be permanent results, but I think it definitely improved the circulation. It definitely improved blood flow. It definitely gave it a little bit more volume in the moment. You also need to do multiple treatments. I did not do that. They offered me 1 treatment as well as another complementary treatment. I chose the wooden therapy. Now, I will say I did Venus Legacy for 8 sessions, and it was supposed to tighten my bum, tighten the thighs, and like get rid of like excess fat. I will have to be honest and say that I didn't see like a drastic difference from before starting the Venus Legacy to now. It does take 6 months for the full results of Venus Legacy to kick in. Sometimes I do look at my butt, I'm like, wow, it's nice and smooth and tight, and I don't know if it's from the Venus Legacy. I don't know if those procedures actually work, so I will never sit here and recommend those to you, just like butt cupping or wooden therapy. But overall, I I think it is important to do maintenance. So maybe wooden therapy every now and then, maybe a little venous legacy every now and then, just to try it out, and anything that can help tighten, reduce cellulite, improve blood flow, things that are going to help your lymphatic system. There's still benefits no matter what. Whether or not it improves how you actually look, I don't know. I can't speak to that. But I still don't regret doing those procedures. The wooden therapy felt amazing. So aside from whether or not it actually does reduce cellulite, I don't know. Science can't prove that. But it felt amazing. And I think like doing certain things to help your skin get better are important, especially just doing more lymphatic massages on your tummy area, maybe some skin tightening procedures on your tummy area, basically doing things to maintain your results. However, the best thing you can honestly do to maintain your results is hit the gym and to eat properly. Like, you can do all the treatments in the world, but if you don't have a good diet and you don't have a good exercise routine, whatever, you're never going to be completely happy long term, because exercise and diet, if you can sustain those two things and get your routine down packed, then I feel like you're going to have the best results ever. Like, surgery was the motivation I needed to take my fitness life into my own hands. Like, even when I'm not motivated to go to the gym, I still go, because now I'm getting disciplined to want to see results, to need to see results. It's part of my routine. You're not always going to have that motivation, but if you can have discipline, that would allow you to go in and do what you need to do even on the days that you lack that motivation. So for me, a tummy tuck was a huge lifestyle change, like drastic lifestyle change. And now it's what I do moving forward that really, really will count. So I think that's it. Let me try on my fajas and we'll talk a little bit more. More or less what I'm looking like right now. I did tell you guys, I am honestly feeling bloated. I think I'm about to get my period, and I definitely feel like I'm a little swollen around the incision area. This area is completely numb. If I go to wash dishes and it hits the sink, like, it feels so like numb that it feels weird. It's honestly weird. My daughter likes to lay on this area sometimes. It's weird. I don't know how else to explain it. If I let go, this is how I look, and then if I flex, this is how flat it can go. But like before, I felt like this is how I looked naturally without having to even suck in. So I definitely feel like I gained some weight. I'm definitely a little bit bloated. So I went food shopping earlier. I bought a bunch of foods that are gonna help to reduce the bloating. And then hopefully my period will be done and the bloating will be done. But yeah, this is how I'm looking. This is my problem side that I need to get a revision for. So I'm waiting to talk with the doctor about what we're gonna do. But yeah, this is pretty much how I am looking. I'm excited to see what the faja is gonna be like. I hope that it fits me. I did buy an extra large. But like I said, this is like, I can feel swelling and I can feel like such hardness and tightness here. And now for me, they didn't do lipo up here. I almost wish they would have done lipo, but now this area I have to try to lose on my own. But yeah, this is how I'm looking right now. So I'm gonna get the faja and try that on. This is the faja that I got from Amazon. It feels really comfortable. I think I probably could have gotten one size down. I was able to button the third hook super easily. This is what I mean, like, I'm so paranoid. Like, I feel big right now. I don't know why. I think it really is gonna be my period. The butt is a little bit weird. Like, it feels really tight around the thighs. It feels really tight, which I think makes my butt kind of stick out a little bit further, which I don't really like on this side, because it's like making it extra weird. So I just honestly wish that the thighs were a little bit loose, but I also have to kind of break it in. But for the most part, the quality feels really good. I like that the straps are detachable, so basically it can just be for my stomach and my butt and thighs, as opposed to having the annoying straps that are up here and that show through all your clothing. So I definitely like it, but as I said, I probably have to break this in a little bit. And I like it, but I've definitely seen fajas that snatch me in a little bit tighter here. So I don't know if that's kind of like you get what you pay for. Also, if you notice any underarm hair, don't mind. I'm trying to grow them out so that I can wax for the first time. But yeah, I definitely will wear this, but it's not the most like snatching, unless I'm just that bloated that. So I also decided to get a waist trainer that I can wear to the gym from Amazon. So it has like that neoprene material on the inside, so it's supposed to help be like thermal and keep me help increase like my sweat and stuff like that. So I just wanted to see if I can put it over the faja. So yeah, it's letting me go all the way to the last row. So that's super awesome. I was able to put this waist trainer right over the faja. So if I want to be extra snatched, I don't know if that's really all that necessary. But I was able to fit this really easily on the last row. So maybe it's all in my head, honestly. It's just so weird. But overall, I really, really like this one. It's super comfortable. Like, I think I can squat. Yeah, I can do exercises pretty easily in this. I am honestly in love with this waist trainer. So it was very affordable. The faja was affordable. Honestly, at this stage in my healing, I feel like this is really all I need. I think if it was like exactly like post-op, like fresh days, I would go with the more expensive faja for sure. But I think like for me on an everyday basis, this is actually perfect. Who has social anxiety? Hi, me. So, I'm prepared. I am about to go into butt cupping. They reached out to me. They basically do like skin tightening, M-sculpt, butt cupping. And they offered me basically like a free service as long as I post on my social media. So I'm so freaking excited. I don't know what they're gonna do for me. I'm in Queens. I haven't really been to this area necessarily. I get nervous. I don't know why. I'll be there at 10 a.m. And I don't know what they're gonna do. She said they'll do whatever I'm comfortable with. I am wearing a bikini. But as you know, I have imperfections with my butt. So I'm a little bit nervous because I don't like to show all sides of it. And I don't like to show like all angles. So I have to talk to her about that. But yeah, basically they're gonna make some content. They'll do whatever I'm comfortable with. I asked what was gonna be done today, but she said we'll do like a little bit of everything that I'm comfortable with. So I don't know exactly what. Also, I am 6 months post-op, so I'm going to probably add this on to a 6-month update. I don't know how I'm gonna work it yet. This is my first day back at like work while my daughter is actually in school. She had 3 weeks off due to COVID. We both were COVID positive. We're both negative now. It's been a fucking crazy past 3 weeks, but I'm finally back in the groove of things. So yeah, super, super pumped up. I don't know what they're gonna do. I'm excited, but like I said, I'm 6 months post-op, so I don't know if I can like do M-sculpt on my abs. I don't know if it's too soon post tummy tuck. I don't know if I can do like butt cupping on my butt since it's also 6 months post BBL. So I really don't know, but I'm gonna put my trust in them. I was gonna do some research, but I was like, you know what, whatever. I don't know, lately my anxiety is through the roof, so I'm just gonna like try to relax with certain things, and whatever is, I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go with the flow. They're the experts. I'm gonna trust them. The lady is super, super sweet, Valentina. I'm just so excited. So let me go in. I don't know how much I'm gonna be able to vlog in there. I'm also like shy of a vlogger, but I'm coming here to make content, so let's see. video. I hope that this video was helpful. As always, please be sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and feel free to comment any video suggestions, comment questions, whatever, down below. Also, make sure you're following me on Instagram and on TikTok. So yeah, that's a wrap for this video. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.